My name is Kelly Mullin and this is Julie Edwards, and our topic today is popular management issues regarding bullying.
Bullying is defined in our culture as unwanted, harmful actions that are intended to humiliate, offend, and cause distress to the person at target. Bullying actions are those that cause harm, undermine, and degrade. The types of bullying include, but are not limited to, hostile remarks, verbal attacks, threats, taunts, intimidation, and withholding of support. Bullying behavior represents serious safety and health issues and can cause both lasting physical and psychological implications for targets. Bullying often involves an abuse or misuse of power and can create feelings of defenselessness. According to the first article that I read, new graduate nurses' perception of the workplace, have they experienced bullying? 30 to 60% of the new graduate nurses quit their job within the first 6 months to a year due to hostile work environments, bullying, and it does affect the healthcare organization, because these nurses most of the time file lawsuits, and the money that they've sunk into putting into these new graduate nurses, they lose it. And there becomes nursing shortages due to this. The same article also acknowledged that new graduate nurses were being bullied by their nursing peers, physicians, and patient family members, all at 60%, where management, 40%, were likely to bully new nurses. I personally had an experience as a new nurse. I've only been a nurse for 4 years, and in my first year, I was bullied by someone in management and 2 physicians, and that's not a good feeling. You do want to quit. According to the second article that I read, was workplace bullying among the nursing staff of Greek public hospitals. There were 841 participants, and out of those, 1/3 reported that they had been victims of psychological harassment in the workplace. 1.1% of the 841 participants stated that they were bullied on a daily basis. Bullying is a serious issue that leads to work-related stress, nurses quitting, and lawsuits.
This chart shows a continuum of incivility, starting on the low end, which can begin with eye-rolling behavior, sarcastic comments. That can be distracting, annoying, and irritating. It moves on to a higher level of actions by the participants into taunting. It can lead to racial or ethnic slurs, intimidation, and or physical violence in the workplace. Horizontal violence in nursing is defined as an aggressive behavior towards one nurse or a group of nurses. It can include gossip, acts of unkindness, intimidation, withholding of information to do harm. It can be described as persistent. Men tend to be very open about the behavior, and women tend to be more covert with that type of behavior. We chose the authoritarian leadership style to handle bullying. It has to be dealt with zero tolerance, and that was the main reason we chose this type of leadership. It deals with the issue immediately, and it has ramifications. People are to know what is expected and what will be tolerated, and it demands compliance. Some characteristics of authoritarian leadership is that it is very predictable, it is secure, it can lead to high productivity, decision making is by the leader. Actions have consequences, and strong control is practiced over the groups involved. Some leadership interventions to deal with bullying using the authoritarian style would be to recognize that bullying behavior immediately, to identify ways to manage the bully, educate new graduate nurses with coping mechanisms by using role-playing scenarios, and once again enforce the zero tolerance policy. Some leadership interventions again include stress management and reduction strategies for employees, to address also the nursing fatigue in order to promote health and safety in the workplace, as tired nurses can be stressed nurses. Also, stress the importance of adherence to the American Nurses Association Code of Ethics, which should be taught and implemented first of all in nursing school. Also, be transparent about how the issue will be handled. Be clear to employees and enforce the policy and let them know that retaliation will not be tolerated. We will utilize and implement an evidence-based practice committee to intervene in incidents involving incivility and bullying. Also, incident reports should be charted in accordance with policies and procedures and placed in respective files of the persons involved.